So someone said, I'm tired of being shy. Does it ever wear off? So a little backstory about me. If you're new here, my name is Jasmine, and I am I won't say chronically shy girl. I am a revamped shy girl, if you will. When I was younger, I was always a child that kept to myself. I didn't really like engaging with other kids. And I think it's mainly because I had gotten bullied a couple times and I was kind of scared of people. I was scared of people and I was very cautious of people. And to this day, same. It's a scary world out there. But over time of me being a child, there have been occasionally people that have gotten me out of my shell. Now, I will say, even with friends that I can remember, for the most part, I was shy with most friends except for maybe a handful of people, you know? When I got to high school, it was still kind of the same, but I was slowly trying to break out of my shell. And then once I graduated high school, I guess I started learning more about myself. I started becoming more self-assured, or like, I started realizing who I was, kind of. And developing my personality of who I was actually going to be, right? Now, when it comes to being a shy person, I feel like it can be very difficult to break out of your shell of engaging with people and talking with people. And I know for me, it was a mixture of me, I don't want to say having trust issues, but I also want to say trust issues, as in I did not feel safe within being myself. I still have a lot of moments where I do not feel safe within being myself because people are judgmental. And honestly, this is why I have YouTube, because a lot of you may think I'm not really shy. Obviously, I'm not shy because I have a YouTube channel as far as like, I'm talking to people out there, but you guys are not physically in front of me, or where I can hear your opinions. Yes, you may type your opinions, but do I care? I do not. Now, if somebody was telling me something in person, I probably wouldn't care either. But again, it just really depends on how close to them I am, to be honest. I also will say, the older I get, the more I do not care. And I feel like, I don't know what it is, because I've heard that the older you get, the more you do stop caring. And I know for me, I'm kind of developing this issue where I'm being unfiltered and I'm trying to rein my stuff back in. Okay, but someone shared that their shyness got worse as they got older. And again, I think it just really depends on the person as well as the situations you have yourself in. If you are always a closed-in person, if you do not ever put yourself out there, it will be difficult. You will probably always have issues with being shy. I know for me, the thing that I can attest to is the more you put yourself out there, yes, it will be I don't want to say struggle, but it will definitely be a hike to force yourself when you don't want to push yourself to be sociable when you don't want to. But as you do it so many times, it gets a little easier. I know one of the things that really greatly helped me was my husband, honestly, before we even started dating for real. He kind of, like, we started hanging out and he would bring me around his friends, and I feel like me constantly interacting with them and seeing them all the time started making me feel comfortable. I also want to say I believe that building a rapport with people where you constantly see them and constantly engage with them and interact helps a lot versus, I guess, meeting different people. I feel like that helps me a lot because the fact that my husband brought me around his friends and I saw them as often as I did, where I started becoming comfortable with them. And then when we would start hanging out with other people, like their other associates, it became much easier for me to adapt and to interact with people. Don't get me wrong, I am still very awkward. That's probably one thing that will not change about me. I am always going to be an awkward individual. It doesn't matter if I'm with my husband, with my family, with my friends. I am normally always awkward. I also have social anxiety with people I don't know, because I've said in this other video, I can't remember if it was, because I think I talked about being shy in a video before, but I have this issue where I have to interact with you at least 10 plus times before I can actually start for real interacting with you for real. Because again, people suspect with the way that they move. I have seen a lot of things just from not talking to people and keep it to myself, but I've also experienced things firsthand where you realize that people may say one thing about how or what type of relationship they want to have with you, but then their actions show something completely different, or you realize they're using you or trying to abuse their connection to you, or it's stuff like that. But it helps a lot to position yourself in situations where you can communicate with others and have interactions. And one thing I do recommend is, if you don't know where to go when it comes to being social, I recommend either frequenting someplace that you enjoy. So I'm gonna be honest, it really helps if you have hobbies. So for example, my husband ended up getting me into liking certain video games, or liking certain card games like Magic the Gathering, or he got me into playing Dungeons and Dragons. And I know it's real nerdy stuff, but it's fun. I never thought I would be a person that would be into that kind of stuff for real. But that stuff is fun, especially when you can actually have a good time and you can communicate, interact with people. It becomes a comfortable, safe space, You could Google local, whatever you're interested in. So like local book club, or sometimes certain bookstores host book readings or nights where they have specific shindigs going on. You could do that for bookstores, for comic book stores, for some cafes. Sometimes they have poetry readings. Or I know one thing I really wanted to do, don't judge me, okay? But one thing I really wanted to do was I wanted to find a restaurant near where I live, and I wanted to become a regular, because I feel like, y'all know on those old sitcoms where people would go to a restaurant all the time, or a certain cafe or bar around the corner, and then people would know your name. I want to go where everybody knows your name. Do, 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 do. And they're always glad you came. But yeah, like literally something like that, where if you become a regular, people will start building rapport with you and they'll start talking to you more and stuff like that. Or like I wanted to find a karaoke bar to go to and, do something like that. Because again, you can find things that you're interested in, Google it, events for, I don't know, like I'm really trying to think of something that normal women like. Or normal people like, because my interests are not exactly normal. Okay, for example, before my husband and I started hanging out, one thing I would do is I would go to different festivals by myself. I would always go during the day, like early in the day. I would never go in the afternoon, because you just never know when stuff gonna pop off, or the people that's gonna be outside. But I will say it was so much easier to go when nobody was really out there. First thing in the morning when the festival would open, and I would interact with the people who had their art booths and talk to them about their art. And it became much easier because it's like I'm one-on-one with this person, talking to them about something they're really interested in. And because I like art, I could have a conversation with them and stuff like that, where it's not really forced. It's like the purpose is they're trying to sell something to me, but at the same time, I can talk to them about everything that they're selling or anything that piques my interest, and they'll talk to me back, or going to different conventions. It's easier when you have a topic that is the focal point of an event, you know what I'm saying? But that is something that you can do to get yourself out of your comfort zone when it comes to being shy. Whether you go by yourself or with somebody, I've been by myself to certain events and I would just force myself to talk to people. It is very difficult. Sometimes I would overthink situations like, why did I say that? But for the most part, it was always pretty cool. Every now and then I would meet somebody and they would want to exchange information with me, be social with me. But you never know, you might end up making a new friend, or you might end up, making connections. Or it's just the fact that should I say, you know how, if y'all played The Sims before, you know how in The Sims you can build charisma, or like you see the bars, the green bar level up where you could reach to your next level. It's like that, where the more you interact, the more you engage with people and put yourself out there, the more it becomes a more comfortable thing to do. But you kind of have to keep doing it if you want to break out of being shy. I think the other thing that also helps me is talking with people on social media about different topics. And I know in the past, I don't really do it as much anymore, but when I was younger, I used to meet people off of my social media all the time. But it would be people that I had talked to for some years before I had met them for real in person. But I would meet people all the time off social media that were interested in the same things I was interested in, and I would meet them somewhere in public, like a cafe or a restaurant or something, and that would be something for me to do that would help boost me when it came to talking with people, because they kind of already knew, like, okay, we're both kind of shy, we're both kind of awkward, but we have this love for this show we watch, or these multiple things you're interested in. And that would help too, because I know, like, on my Twitter account, there's so many people I talk to on a regular basis over there that we'll just talk about whatever, anything and everything, and I interact with their posts, they interact with mine, and it's pretty cool. Have I met any of those people off of Twitter in real life? No. But I have built some sort of bonds with some people, and that's fine, and I don't mind that. But you never know, you could build bonds and then meet people in person, hang out, and it'd be something real simple. Of course, word of caution, just make sure you look into who people are and they not weirdos. You really do have to put yourself out there and get out of your comfort zone if you want to expand your world when it comes to not being as shy. I do want to also mention that being shy can hold you back from a lot of things, a lot of opportunities. So it's very good to try. Just try. Maybe a few times a month you put yourself out there, or once a month, starting off real slow. Could even be a New Year's resolution. You tell yourself, I'm gonna go to a festival this year, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna talk to 3 people at their 3 different booths and talk to them. And again, it could be something really simple. Or you could be like, well, I have this person that I'm cool with on Facebook. We talk all the time. Maybe I'll shoot them a message like, hey, want to go hang out and do something? I really don't, I haven't really been hanging out for real. And I was thinking this would be cool, something cool for us to do. I've actually had that happen to me a few times where I had a few women. I want to say I did it to a few women too, where I just shot them a message where I was like, hey, you want to hang out sometime? And it was pretty cool. Now, why we stopped hanging out? I actually don't know why I stopped hanging out with them, because nothing was wrong with the way we hung out, to be honest. I don't know why I didn't hang out with them, because they were cool people. Like, we still talked after we hung out, but for some reason we just never hung out again. But I think it was also because I expressed to them, I have these moments where I'll hang out with somebody and then I want to hang out for like some years. Not years, but some months. And then I'll just kind of like get sidetracked or whatever. But anyways, like I said, you gotta try. Put yourself out there, motivate yourself. If you need to, give yourself a little reward for doing it. Oh, I interacted with these 3 people while I was out. Oh, I'm gonna get myself a new book, or I'm gonna treat myself to a little drinky drink. Or I'm gonna get myself some fast food. I don't know. Treat yourself. You gotta put in the work to grow, to change. You know what I'm saying? But I hope you guys found this helpful. Make sure you guys check out my other videos where I talk about this similar topic, as well as check out my other chit chat discussion videos. But I'll be seeing you guys again soon. So stay blessed, stay positive. Bye.